Blindly fabulous, a blind girl living my best life. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sylvia and I'm blind and I'm living my best life and I'm taking you guys along with me. So today we're going to dive into a juicy conversation. Is all publicity really good publicity? Some people go viral and turn it into success, while others, well, not so much. Do we think it's successful when somebody is doing rather questionable things? I don't know. This was going to be a Talk About It Tuesday thing, by the way, which is something I did for Live a Little, but other things got in the way. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about the topic today, pressing matters. And guys, let me know in the comments as well if this is something you'd like for us to do regularly. So yeah, every Tuesday. First, let's talk about some current events. So first up is the astronaut splashdown, which was yesterday. So yesterday, Tuesday, March the 18th, 4 astronauts splashed down in the ocean after leaving the International Space Station aboard a SpaceX vessel. Imagine floating in space for months, 9 months actually. SunI and Butch were in space for. Initially, they were supposed to have a 8-day stay. Something went wrong with their initial spacecraft and it was sent back, and so they ended up staying up there for 9 whole months. That sounds actually nice. They came back yesterday. They landed in the ocean. It sounded like it was a beautiful, beautiful sight. The dolphins came out and everything. This is something actually I didn't know. I didn't know that they land in the mid, like they splash back down. Like, actually, I don't think I knew how they come back to Earth from being in space. I don't think I've ever looked into it, but guys, I've been obsessed ever since yesterday. I've been obsessed, digging deeper and deeper and going deeper and deeper into like all the space related stuff. It's a little bit beyond my it is literal rocket science, so I'm not doing that part. I'm just the interesting lifestyle side of things. And yes, I know, space lifestyle. Stay with me. One of the astronauts missed their daughter's graduation because they were in space. Listen, if my dad ever told me, sorry, I can't make it, I'm literally in orbit, I'd have to respect it. That's a flex, honestly. So here's some fun facts. I was yesterday years old when I found out that astronauts actually struggle to walk or move around when they come back from space. I had no idea. And it totally makes sense because, you know, they've been in space. They've not had to use their muscles to do anything because there's no gravity, right? But yeah, so fun fact, astronauts struggle to move when they return. After months in low gravity, their muscles and balance take time to adjust back to Earth's pull. So when they land, even standing up straight can be a challenge. Yeah, so they had to be moved out in mobility aids, which I found very fascinating. I was like, oh, I learned something new today. You learn something new every day. Now, before we get into the main topic, let's quickly talk about Netflix's new series, Adolescence. I think it's about 3 or 4 episodes, so it's not too long, but it is gripping. When I watched it, I literally was glued to the screen until it was finished. If you haven't seen it yet, please go and watch it first because I'm going to be discussing it next week. It's got people talking. It dives into what it really means to grow up in this era, the pressures, the struggles, and the social media influence. So there's quite a lot about being an adolescent in this age. It's about a 13-year-old boy who ended up being accused of doing something which was quite serious. It was interesting to watch the whole journey, both from his side, from the family side, from the law side, from the school. I have a full breakdown coming soon where I'll be talking about some of the biggest lessons we can take from the show, especially when it comes to how we present ourselves online, which is something I talk about quite a lot on here. So stay tuned for that one. All right, so now let's get into the real discussion. Does all publicity help you, or can it actually ruin opportunities? So let's talk about good publicity. Now, there are so many cases and examples we could look at. In today's case, we're just going to look at Reesa Teesa and Lily Phillips, who is an OF model. And if you've been anywhere on the internet, you will have seen them both somewhere. If you have been on social media lately, you've probably seen Reesa Teesa's story blow up. Well, this was really early last year, around May or April. May, June, somewhere there last year. She shared her story on TikTok. Who the F did I marry? Literally blew up. We were hooked. There were millions and millions and millions of views on each installment of the story. It was a 50-part. I can't believe I spent more than 5 hours. My weekend was done. She shared a wild story about her ex, and now she's securing a TV deal. She actually has secured a TV deal. It was announced. What started as an embarrassing situation turned into a career move. She controlled the narrative and made it work for her. So yeah, she had this terrible experience. Again, if you haven't heard her story, probably go on TikTok and go watch the whole 50-part series. Such a roller coaster, and she had a terrible experience with her ex, and I think her sharing it helped a lot of women and a lot of people all together. Like, we could all relate to a lot of the themes that she was dealing with or coping with. And technically, again, because it was an embarrassing story, technically it's something that a lot of people wouldn't usually share, and the fact that she did, and so openly and so candidly and so detailed, like she would name roads. She would say, oh, I was driving along such and such road and so and so called me. You know, it was the detail, and she was a masterful storyteller. So just all around excellent situation. Terrible situation turned into an excellent situation, and I am here for it. I'll definitely say she's winning in terms of the good publicity or bad publicity. She definitely has excellent publicity. She's going places, and yeah, I am so excited for her. Now, on the flip side, trans models going viral for sleeping with 100 men, then deciding to go for 1,000. It's not just Lily, but she's one of them.
Hey. How's it going so far? How many are we on?
Only 8.
8 guys. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Listen, people can do what they want, but when you put something like that online, it stays. What message does this send to younger generations? What does it say about self-worth? Future opportunities? Some publicity gives you power, but not all attention is good attention. Employers, brands, even your personal reputation, not everything is worth going viral for. And 100%, although a lot of these models end up making millions, there was one that recently was also viral for making a ridiculous amount. Maybe it was like, what, 6 million in 1 year? That's great, right? If they're good at investing, actually, they should be good for the rest of the year. They don't need to look at employers and stuff, but just, you never really know what could happen in the future. So when you put certain things out there, you are jeopardizing your future. And like, what message is it sending to our younger generations in terms of how to make money? I don't want to say deviant, because I don't really want to judge people for what they do, but a lot of these niche behaviors and situations are what really gets people talking, is what really is out there a lot of the time. And again, I'm going to go back to the Adolescence movie. It really brings it all back together, because what is on the internet out there, a lot of children are out there watching it, and they don't know what's right and what's wrong, what's acceptable and what's not, what's healthy and what's not, because it's all just thrown in there and sensationalized and whatnot. So I would say all publicity is not necessarily good publicity, especially when the publicity is something involving something like this. So let's get the conversation going. What do you think? Is all publicity good publicity, or do some viral moments actually do more harm than good? Let me know in the comments. And if you love real conversations, current events, and a little bit of everything, because this channel is just me, no niche, just vibes, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. See you next time, and thank you so much for watching.